Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A very warm welcome to all of you in your English class. I hope you all are doing well. Today we are going to have a recap of the chapter Who Did Patrick's Homework from your book Broadway Course Book 4. Furthermore, we will also discuss a new exercise relevant to the text. This is lecture number 3. These are our learning outcomes. By the end of today's session, inshallah, all the students will be able to read and understand the text, deduce the meanings of the given words and make sentences, and answer the questions related to the text. Let us have a recap of the previous lessons. In the previous lessons, we discussed these points. Patrick did not like to do homework. Patrick met a tiny man who promised to grant him a wish. Patrick asked the tiny man to do all his homework. The elf needed Patrick's help to complete every home task. Patrick was working harder than before, and the last day of the school brought along surprises. Patrick did not like to do his homework. He found it too much boring. He liked to play cricket and football instead. He used to say that cricket and football are better than homework. His teachers would try to convince him that he wouldn't learn anything if he remained reluctant to do his homework. But what could he do? He hated homework. One day he noticed that his cat was playing with a little doll, and he took hold of it. He found it to be tinier than any doll he had ever seen. To his amazement, it was a man of the tiniest size instead of a doll. He wore a little woolen shirt and a tall hat similar to a witch's hat. The little man requested Patrick not to give him back to that cat. In fact, he promised Patrick that he would grant him a wish. Patrick couldn't believe his luck. He thought that the little man was answer to all his problems. He agreed to the little man's request on a condition that the little man would do all his homework till the end of the month. The little man's face wrinkled, he kicked his legs, doubled his fists, grimaced, scowled, and pursed his lips. In short, he expressed his displeasure. However, he agreed to it reluctantly. The elf kept his promise and began to do Patrick's homework. However, there was a problem. He didn't always know what to do, and he needed help. He would call Patrick for help, and Patrick had to respond. Although the elf agreed reluctantly to do Patrick's homework, but there was a problem. He did not know what to do. He would ask for Patrick's help to complete every homework. He would ask Patrick to help him in finding meanings of the words given in the homework from the dictionary. The elf did not have any clue about tables, addition, subtraction, division, and fractions when it came to mathematics. He would ask Patrick to bring more books on human history and also asked him to read them for him. Patrick was working harder than before. He was staying awake at nights to study. As a result, he was going to school with puffy eyes. Finally, the last day of the school arrived, and the elf was free to go as there was no homework, so he quietly slipped out of the back door. Patrick got A's in all the subjects. His friends were amazed, his teachers were full of praise, and his parents wondered what had happened to Patrick. He was now a model kid who cleaned his room and did his chores. He was a happy boy now, and he never behaved rudely with anyone. He still believed that he had made the tiny man do all his homework. However, he did not realize that he had done it all by himself. Exercise number 1. Words to know. These words have been taken from the text. You are required to find out their meanings. Furthermore, you are also required to use these words to make sentences of your own. Exercise number 2. You are required to attempt the given questions. Your answer should be short and relevant. Exercise number 3. Learn to read 1. You can find this exercise in your course book 4 at page number 54. You are required to attempt this exercise in your copies. This is exercise number 4. Learn to read 2. You can find this exercise on page number 55 of your book Broadway Course Book 4. You are required to attempt this exercise in your copies. This is your homework for today. You are required to complete exercise number 4, which has already been discussed in this video lecture, in your copies. I hope you will find today's lecture both informative as well as interesting. Inshallah, in the next class we will start a new topic. Until then, it is Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.